Hello everybody, Miss Debate here. Today's lesson for Unit 1, Week 5. Okay, we are still going to be doing comprehension skills and strategies, but we're going to be doing a different comprehension strategy. Okay, our first video was on asking and answering questions. Today we're going to be focused on, or for this lesson, we're going to be focused on key details. Okay, key details is something that we have done before. Okay, I know you guys have done this in first grade and we have already done another lesson on it. So today is just going to be reviewing and just a little bit extra practice with it. Okay, so make sure you have something to write with and something to write on, and we'll get started. All right, so key details. Okay, let me pull it up. Here we go. As you read Family's Work, so yes, we're still working with this text, look for key details. What are key details for those of you that don't remember, okay? In an informational text, so remember that's what this text is. It's an expository text. That means it has information and it is nonfiction, okay? Which means it is true, okay? So in an informational text that provides information, key details are important details about the topic. The topic of this selection is how a family works to meet their needs. To find key details in family's work, think about how the young family works to meet their needs. So that's also the essential question, is how do families work together? Okay, but we are going to be looking specifically in the text for these answers as to how the young family works together. So it does go with the asking and answering questions component that we just learned about in our first comprehension lesson video, okay, that I just did. So we are reading a question and we are looking in the text to find the answers to it, okay? Read the passage. Highlight key details about how the young family works. Then fill in the first box of the graphic organizer. Use the think aloud to help you. So you guys are first just going to watch and listen, okay? So you can put your pencil and paper off to the side and just put your hands on your table or in your lap, because like I said, you're just going to watch and listen right now, okay? Family's work. Ellen had a busy day at work. She put a cast on a broken arm, used a bandage to cover a deep cut, and helped 20 patients. Ellen is a doctor for children. Customers can get sick at any time. So pediatricians work long hours. They have hard jobs. Ellen's husband works long hours too. Steve is a firefighter. At the firehouse, he makes sure the tools work properly. He checks the hoses and fire trucks. At the fire, Steve rescues people from hot flames and smoke. The firefighters all work together to put out the fire. So remember, we're trying to find key details or answering the question as to how the young family works, okay? So let's use a think aloud, and this is something that you're going to be talking to yourself in your head, okay? As I read, I understand that Ellen Young is a pediatrician. Her husband, Steve, is a firefighter. They both work away from home. Okay, so we want to know how the family works. Ellen is a doctor for children, which we know means a pediatrician, and Steve is a firefighter, okay? So one key detail is how they work together to help meet the needs of their family. Is Ellen and Steve have jobs? And we could have written down Ellen is a doctor and Steve is a firefighter. We could have written that down, okay? But we're just kind of combining it into one sentence and kind of using our own words for it, okay? All right. So now we're going to talk about how the young family works at home. So we answered this question, which was highlight key details about how the young family works. Well, we just read that. We didn't need to put something in every single one of these because we already answered it using one graphic organizer box, okay? So now what you guys are going to do is you're going to have your paper. It really doesn't matter which way you want to have your paper. I'm going to do it long ways because it just makes it easier for me, okay? So I'm going to put one line. So you see it's not really in the middle, okay? But there's still plenty of space. So I'm gonna put one line straight down. And I'm gonna put another line straight down, just like this. You see my lines are not perfect, and that's okay. Now we're gonna write the word detail at the top of these boxes, just like it shows on the screen, okay? Okay, so mine looks just like the screen does, okay? So now we're gonna take this time to write down our first key detail that answers the question, how does the Young family work together, okay? And we're gonna write down Ellen and Steve Young have jobs. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to get that first key detail written down on your paper. Go ahead and pause the video and do that now. All right, so now we're gonna do this second key detail together, okay? Again, read the passage. Highlight key details that tell you how the Young family works at home. Okay, that is a key word to listen to. How the family works at home. Okay, so let's read. At home, the Young family works together too. Hannah sets a table for dinner. She also helps wash the dishes. Everyone has weekly chores. Mom and Hannah do the dusting and mopping. Dad and her brother Zach do the laundry. They wash, dry, and fold the clothes. Mom makes a shopping list each week. She lists items they need and things they want. All right, so let's talk about, because we have, okay, sorry, I had to reread that again. So let's talk about the way that the Young family works at home. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to just think, we're not gonna write anything down yet, just think in your head about the ways the Young family works at home. Everybody, pause the video, do that now. All right, so I know that we've read this before. So what are some of the ways the Young family works together at home? Okay, so we can say Hannah sets the table for dinner. We can say she helps wash the dishes. Mom and Hannah do the dusting and mopping, right? Dad and her brother Zach do the laundry, okay? They wash, dry, fold clothes, and Mom makes a shopping list each week. But you know what I'm gonna do? Instead of writing all of that down, just like we did with Ellen and Steve Young have jobs, I'm gonna put these into my own words, okay? What is a way that I can combine all of this into like maybe one sentence? What can we say? Yes, we can say everyone has weekly chores. Everyone has weekly chores. So that is a way that we can talk about everybody, all the Young family working at home without typing or writing so many sentences. Everyone has weekly chores. I'm going to say around the house because it was asking how do they work from home. So instead of writing, Hannah sets a table for dinner, she washes the dishes, Mom and Hannah do the dusting and mopping, Dad and her brother Zach do the laundry, Mom makes a shopping list each week. Whew, that would be a lot of writing. I know a lot of our hands would be sore, right? So I'm just going to combine it into what all those mean. They all mean that they have chores, okay? So I want you to pause the video and I want you to write that down under your second detail. Go ahead, do that now. All right, so let's move on to one last key detail. Okay, so again, asking a question and answering that question. So I know that it erased that middle detail, but so if I go back, it's still there, okay? But so if I just move to this number 2, it's gonna be erased, but that's why you have it written down on your middle detail, right? Okay, so our next one. Highlight key details that tell you how the Young family meets their needs and wants, okay? So we have to reread to find out how the young family meets their needs and wants. So let's read it. A short time ago, Zach wanted a new laptop. The family needed a new washing machine. They could only spend money on one item. Both cost the same. They had to choose. Clean clothes are needed for school and work. A new laptop is nice, but did Zach need it? Ellen and Steve thought about their family's needs. They decided to buy the washing machine. Zach knows that his parents have busy jobs. They bring home money to pay for their needs and wants. They needed that washing machine. Zach still wants a laptop. The family has decided to save some money each week so they can buy it in the future. Okay, so this one might be a little bit longer for you to find. It might take a little bit more reading, but you guys are going to do this one on your own. So you're going to find how the young family meets their needs and wants. So that means, how do they get what they need and how are they getting what they want? Okay, what did the text say about that? Pause the video and do that now and write it under your third key detail. Go ahead. All right, so it talked about their needs and their wants. So first, what was their need? They needed a new washing machine. And what was a want? Zach wanted a new laptop, okay? So, but that's not telling us how they meet their needs and wants. It doesn't tell us how they are doing that, okay? How they're putting it down to plan and getting it done. So down at the bottom, it says, they bring home money to pay for their needs and wants. So how do they meet their needs and wants? So they work. Their parents have busy jobs, okay? So that their job is going to pay for their needs. And also, the family decided to save some money to buy that laptop, a want, right? So for that last detail, we can say Ellen and Steve work hard to buy their needs and save money for their wants. Okay? So pause the video, get that written down, but I'll just go ahead and say goodbye as you're pausing and getting that done and finishing up this lesson. I'll see you guys later.